Hey guys, Nightwing19 here with my review for episode 6 of Gotham. Now, I'm going to give you a recap of the episode, my overall rating, some of the things that I didn't like about this episode, some of the things I liked about this episode, and then right down to my top 5 moments. So, starting with my recap, 10 years ago, a masked killer, calling himself the Spirit of the Goat, targeted the firstborn of Gotham's elite. The Goat targets a girl named Shelley Lounson, which leads a young Bullock and his partner, Detective Dix, to try and rescue her. When Lanson is found dead, they find a killer, Randall Milky, who claims that Randall Milky is dead as he attacks them. Milky is shot down by Bullock, and after Dix falls through a trapdoor. 10 years later, Harvey finds Robert Hastings' daughter Amanda murdered by someone with the same goat motive. Meanwhile, Montoya and Allen ask a dock worker if he witnessed Gordon shoot Cobblepot. Gordon arrives at the crime scene as he and Harvey head off to get some details about Robert Hastings on who he may have been worried about. During the autopsy of Amanda, Gordon and Bullock learn that someone is using Milky's MO of leaving a penny under the victim's scalp to target their victims. Because this part of Milky's MO was never officially released, Bullock is worried that the new goat killer is actually not a copycat after all. Halford is concerned that Bruce, as one of the firstborn of Gotham's elite, may be endangered and suggests leaving town to avoid becoming a target, to which Bruce refuses. Gordon and Bullock visit a paraplegic Dix at a medical facility to ask him about Milky and the pennies that are part of the MO. Dix states that Milky might have had an unknown accomplice in his murders. Later that night, the Goat targets Ember Copley before she can meet her parents at the marina. Upon arriving at the site where Milky was killed a decade ago, Gordon frees Ember while Bullock goes after the Goat and fights him. With help from Gordon, Bullock subdues the Goat. The Goat was revealed to be a janitor, Raymond Earl, who had access to the keys to his victims' houses. Gordon tells Bullock that they need to get info on any possible accomplices to find a connection between Earl and Milky, who never actually met. Barbara learns that the MCU has a warrant out for Jim's arrest. Upon learning this, Gordon surrenders to Montoya and Allen. Bullock visits Mr. Hastings, where he questions his hypnotherapist, Dr. Marks, about her clients Earl and Milky. Bullock comes to the conclusion that Marks was behind the hypnosis of the two people that turned into the Goat as an act of therapy for Gotham due to the greed of the Gotham's elite. After Dr. Marks is apprehended, Harvey reports this revelation to Sarah Essen when they are alerted by Gordon's arrest. Bullock agrees with Gordon that he didn't murder Cobblepot, as Montoya and Allen tried to arrest him as well. During a dispute between MCU and GCPD, Cobblepot arrives, which prompts Bullock to lash out against Gordon. So, my overall rating for this episode, I'm giving it an 8.5. I really didn't like the Barbara storyline. This particular episode made me not like Barbara a lot more. I didn't like her before, and now I really don't like her at all. I don't see how I can like her now. She is really an annoying character. She's always trying to find out stuff, and that could really get her killed and pretty much get Gordon into some bigger trouble. And as for Harvey, he was a really great character this episode. This episode made me like him a lot more. He was really doing his job this episode. I really love seeing the flashback. In a way, we can see Harvey as Qui-Gon Jinn, bringing in the Star Wars element into this. The only reason I see Harvey as Qui-Gon Jinn is just because I see Gordon as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Gordon is more like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wouldn't say he's like an Anakin Skywalker, and then put that Obi-Wan Kenobi role into Harvey. So I would say that Harvey is more like Qui-Gon Jinn, more like a rough on the edges Qui-Gon Jinn, but Gordon is absolutely an Obi-Wan Kenobi. So now on to my top 5 moments, starting with number 5, Selena Kyle enters the Wayne mansion. I don't know what she had stolen in the mansion, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with something important. In essence, I don't even know why she was there in the first place, but whatever she stole must be very important. Number 4, the flashbacks. So like I said, I really love seeing the flashbacks. We saw young Harvey and his former detective Dix working together on this case, and in a sense I saw a lot of Harvey in the present in Detective Dix. Detective Dix is really gotten up with the system. He knows how Gotham works, but Harvey probably hasn't known how Gotham works, but now in the present day he knows how Gotham works. There can't be no heroes. That's Gotham's number one rule. Number 3, Oswald reveals that he's alive. So this is a big teaser, a great lead on to the next episode. I can't wait for that. There's going to be a lot of consequences going on here. And we're going to see a bit of a rift between Gordon and Bullock here. Number 2, Nigma's coffee mug. A great scene, a great teaser, showing him, his persona in the comics, which is the Riddler. So I can't wait to see more Nigma scenes. I didn't really enjoy the scenes where he was trying to impress that one worker in the office room, the documents room. But I just really love seeing this coffee mug scene. It was a great way to replace those kinds of scenes, even if it was just a brief 2-3 seconds. And my number 1 moment, Harvey solves the case. So he found out who the actual spirit of the goat was, and he had pretty much solved the entire case on his own, and he was really surprised when he had found out that he had solved the case. So I really loved seeing this. He was really doing his job for the first time throughout this whole show. And that is it for my review of Gotham episode 6. What did you guys think? Did you like this episode? Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to my other channel, Jedi Knight for 50, for fandom vids. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for updates on Arrow, The Flash, Legend of Korra, and more. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.